joining me and welcome back. In today's instalment I shall be revisiting swinging London in the years 1966 to 1967 and the mod and freak beat subcultures which included acts such as the Small Faces, the Pretty Things and the Creation, and was a scene spearheaded by the subject of this video, The Who. In particular, I shall be taking you through the second American long player from the band entitled Happy Jack. The album was recorded at IBC, Regent and Pye Studios in London from August to November 1966, and it was produced by Kit Lambert. It was released on the Reaction record label in Britain, titled A Quick One, in December 1966, and the American version, which features an altered track listing and a new title, was released on the US Decca company's label in May 1967. I have covered the British version in a separate video, which gives a little more detail on the music and the recording of the album, which you may wish to check out. In the United States, the album's release was halted until May 1967, following the Happy Jack single, written by Pete Townshend, which had been the first charting hit there for The Who, peaking at number 24 on the Billboard Hot 100 in March 1967. This was backed with the John Entwistle song Whiskey Man. It was pressed by MCA at both their Pinckneyville and Gloversville record plants and was available with a die-cut company sleeve or a non-die-cut picture sleeve illustrated by Ralph Steadman. The band flew to New York to promote the single on the influential Murray the K radio show aired on RKO. Both sides of this American 7-inch would be included on the Happy Jack LP in place of the Motown cover Heatwave found on the British LP. According to the band themselves, Decca in America were unhappy with the double entendre in the original title and were relieved when that song was not featured. The band held press conferences and played some dates whilst in the States, appearing alongside their British label mates Cream and their R&B heroes Smokey Robinson and the Miracles and Wilson Pickett. As a result of their raised profile, the album reached number 51 on the American album charts, which was a significant improvement on their first US LP, The Who Sings My Generation. Now to the vinyl itself. Happy Jack was issued on the black Decca label with a rainbow band under the catalogue number DL4892. Unlike the British version, this was also available in stereo as DL74892, although some of this is in fake stereo. It was pressed by MCA at 2 record plants. The one shown here comes from Gloversville, New York, and features the production credits on the label, with a circled dot symbol following the catalogue number on side 2, as well as All Selections ASCAP printed beneath. The most obvious identifier is the large side marker set in a sizable serif typeface. A minor label variation is noted on the Gloversville label shown on the right, where the stereophonic text is printed with a light blue tint, and the text appearing below the band is altered in a lowercase type, noting MCA California. On the left, this text is in the uppercase type, noting Decca Records, New York. The label on the right also has a small capital letter D printed at the 6 o'clock position. A further variant exists with similar labels, but these omit the production credit below the track listing. A major variation of the label also came out of Gloversville, shown here, with long play 33 1/3 at the 12 o'clock position in place of the bold stereophonic wording. The difference is clear when shown side by side, as here. On the long play variant, the bold stereo wording has been repositioned to the 6 o'clock position. The second pressing plant used was at Pinckneyville, Illinois, and copies from here are identified by a printed diamond symbol following the catalogue number on the side 2 label in place of the Gloversville dot, and the side marker is printed in a reduced sized font. The large stereophonic text is again appearing in light blue ink, and on this copy the ASCAP notice is omitted. The record is housed in a non-die-cut company advertising paper liner. For mono copies, these are trimmed in orange, and for the stereo copies, these have been highlighted in blue. I have noted 2 printings of the stereo sleeve. The earliest back cover has the Who fan club address box printed next to the photograph of John Entwistle, and it features a simple 3-line Decca credit centred at the foot of the sleeve. A slightly revised later printing omits the fan club address box, and there is now a large Decca stereo advertising box at the foot. In addition, the RIAA badge has been added at the bottom right corner. In 1974, the LP was reissued. These pressings are now on the MCA label under the catalogue number MCA 2045, and there are no references to Decca Records on the label, which is a black background with a rainbow design from the centre extending to the 11 o'clock position. These are housed in a black die-cut company paper inner with the MCA logo repeated in white. The record cover has the same artwork but now features the MCA logo on the front at the top right corner. The rear of the sleeve features the new catalogue number at the top right, and it no longer advertises the previous Decca LP, The Who Sings My Generation, next to the sleeve notes by Nick Jones of the British magazine Melody Maker. The MCA credit is centred at the foot of the sleeve. At or just prior to release, white label promotional copies of the original were issued for both mono and stereo pressings, and these labels have a similar banded design, albeit in monochrome. The copy shown here has the Gloversville dot and does not include the producer credits. The sleeve for the promotional copy is the earliest example with the fan club details and has been rubber stamped promotional copy not for sale. And so on to the values. The single Happy Jack is valued at $50 or $80 in the picture sleeve. The mono LP Happy Jack is listed at $80 or $180 for a white label promo. Stereo copies are listed at $60 or $150 for the promo copies. The 1974 MCA reissue is actually reasonably scarce and is valued at $50 for a decent example. And that brings to a close my quick rundown of the American LP Happy Jack from The Who. That's your lot for this episode from the Rare Record Room. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did like the video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel to see more and to receive notifications for any new uploads. Thanks for watching. See you next time.